People practicing semen retention are cultivating health. Whether it is your intention or not, the practice of retention is putting you on a path of increased longevity. As a byproduct, your rate of age is slowing, and you will stay looking and feeling younger for longer. Are you practicing semen retention for the purpose of health, beauty, and longevity? If you are, then semen retention is not the end of the road. If you would like to excel in these areas, then it is necessary to apply yourself to all practices that cultivate health and beauty. To live life in accordance with nature is health. The qualities of nature are all conducive to good health. Nature is fresh air, sunlight, fresh water, natural sights, sounds, and movement. These elements combined help our mind and body to reach a healthy state of equilibrium. As we know, semen retention is one of the tenets of good health, but it doesn't stop there. I can affirm without the slightest hesitation from my own experience as well as that of others that sexual enjoyment is not only not necessary for, but is positively injurious to health. All the strength of body and mind that has taken long to acquire is lost all at once by a single dissipation of the vital energy. It takes a long time to regain this lost vitality, and even then there is no saying that it can be thoroughly recovered. The preservation of our vitality is impossible without pure air, pure water, pure and wholesome food, as well as pure thought. Mahatma Gandhi. Many of us in today's world are severely disconnected from nature. We live in large boxes made from synthetic and often toxic materials that block out the sun's natural rays, shut off the earth's natural flow of oxygen, and discourage bodily movement by way of chairs, sofas, and beds. Spending ample time inside can significantly reduce our oxygen intake, reduce vitamin D and melatonin synthesis, increase toxin intake, and bring our circadian rhythm into disorder. These are all states that hasten the degeneration of our organism. Sunbathing antedates recorded human history. Savages, primitive peoples, little boys, and animals instinctively seek to avail themselves of the benefits of sunshine. There has never been a time when mankind has not enjoyed its influence, and only a false ascetic pattern of life and the monastic ideals ever, even for a time, deprived part of the race of at least occasional use of the sun. Life is a sun child, says Dr. Oswald. Nearly all species of plants and animals attain the highest form of their development in the neighborhood of the equator. Palm trees are tropical grasses. The python boa is a fully developed black snake, the tiger an undiminished wild cat. With every degree of a higher latitude, nature issues the representatives of her archetypes in reduced editions, reduced in beauty and longevity, as well as in size and strength. Without the sun, the body cannot function properly, let alone at its optimal state, and over time, this will lead to organism degradation. The sun helps to carry out many biological functions of maintenance and synthesis within the body that are necessary for optimal health and vitality. The regulation of mitochondrial function, cardiovascular improvement, bone health, the production of melatonin and synthesis of vitamin D in the skin. There are numerous known and many lesser known benefits of sunlight that make it an essential tenet of good health. It is of course advised not to overexpose yourself to avoid the many consequences of sunburn, but moderate sun exposure has shown to be of essential benefit to the body. During the 1900s in the UK, vitamin D deficiency was causing rampant illness, particularly among the young. When you put the vitamin D story into the perspective of human history, it begins with the Industrial Revolution. As the revolution began to sweep across northern Europe in the mid-17th century, Doctors reported seeing a new disease that afflicted young children with a constellation of physical signs and symptoms, notably deformities of the skeleton such as bowed legs, misshapen pelvis, enlarged head, prominent knobby projections along the ribs, curvature of the spine, poor teeth, and weakened flabby legs. The disease had devastating consequences. It not only retarded growth and carried serious risk of upper respiratory tract infections, including tuberculosis and influenza, but it also had far-reaching effects into adulthood and impaired these children's ability to function throughout their lives. What was happening was that as people began to congregate in Great Britain and Northern Europe, they erected cities whose tightly placed buildings closed off sunlight, the alleys where kids were hanging out and living. Compounding the problem was the gathering pollution from coal burning, which thickened the air and blocked the sun's rays. When these kids started to show signs of bone deformities, doctors began to take note. It is my belief that the benefits of sun exposure vastly outweigh the negatives, though I recommend you research this topic thoroughly and form your own conclusions. Being outdoors gives direct exposure to the outside air, which even in most cities is infinitely fresher and more physically restorative than breathing in the indoor air of a confined living space. It is not only the breathing in of fresh air, but the fresh air contact with your bare skin that is of great benefit. Written in the early 1900s. Nearly everyone is agreed today that sickness and short life are the consequences of unnatural and unhealthy modes of living. All are confirmed in the belief that fresh air is an all-powerful source of health, and that bad air, on the other hand, is exceedingly harmful, even dangerous. These things are common knowledge. But how uncommon it is to find practice in accordance with the knowledge. The vast majority of people live in bad air. Good air, be it cold or warm, is the foundation of all conditions of life. Bad air, cold or warm, is everywhere, the most powerful and common cause of sickness and short life. Be in the fresh air as much as you can. To make a point of exposing the naked body to the fresh air and sunlight in your bedroom if you cannot do it in the open. To rub the skin and wash it so that it can perform its natural functions, the vital importance of which are generally overlooked. With freedom and ease, and to exercise all the muscles of the body so that you have a sound frame, strong in every part. The benefits of regularly exposing our lungs and body to fresh air are profound and numerous. Numerous studies have drawn the connection between low levels of oxygen and the proliferation of cancer cells. Some studies go as far as to label hypoxia, that is, lack of oxygen, as the prime cause of most cancers. The practice of exposing the bare body to outside fresh air were known historically as air baths. In 1934, Shelton wrote, Benjamin Franklin was in the habit of taking air baths each morning in his room. He made some efforts to induce others to adopt the practice and speaks highly of the benefits he derived therefrom. Franklin particularly desired to divest himself of all clothing when doing mental work. Air playing over the body may increase metabolism 50% in 10 minutes. Thyroid extract, medicine's only claimed stimulant of metabolism, is said to require a year to accomplish this same thing. An air bath of 20 minutes duration reduces the hydrogen-ion content of the blood to normal. No drug method known can do this in any length of time. Dr. Trell considered the air bath as admirable in cases of scrofula, rickets, and other conditions. Rickley declared, "Man is made to live in the open air. Therefore, when exposed to the action of light, air, and sun, he is in his real element." As soon as people realized that sun and air baths are more important than water baths, All of our cities will have public sun parks where the people may go and take their sun and air baths. Submerging the body in water, the traditional bath, has long been known for its many health benefits. In Japan, bathing is practiced daily and has been a part of the culture for thousands of years. They also have one of the highest life expectancies in the world. Studies have indicated various health benefits for people practicing bathing regularly. It is said baths exert hypothermic action that induces vasodilatation and increases the flow of blood and thus oxygen and nutrients to the body. Some of the established benefits of this practice regularly are cardiovascular improvement, breathing and lung function improvement, stress reduction, hormone regulation, brain and nervous system improvement, blood and overall immunity enhancement. It may not be possible for all people, but if at all possible, the addition of water baths will be of great benefit to your overall health and appearance.